How's it going, everyone? Want to take a look at the upcoming PlayStation 4 and 5 titles dropping in June. Gotta say, May, June, looking to be July. A little bit of a quieter period for big game releases, but gotta say, the month of June has to be still one of the bigger months of the year, given that there are some major expansions, DLC content, and things of that nature dropping in June. And there's a lot of depth into the games coming out in June. Hopefully a lot of quality as well, and a lot to get into. So let's get right into it, and let's get started with what I consider to be the biggest release in June. It is an expansion to one of the biggest games of 2022, that is Elden Ring and Elden Ring Shadow of the Erdtree. It's kind of surprising that we still don't know a ton about Shadow of the Erdtree and this major expansion to Elden Ring. What we do know is it's going to be $40, and given that price point, I expect a fairly sizable expansion with a lot of content. There's been rumblings that it's going to be similar to the base game in terms of level of content. I don't think it's going to be quite that big, but I do think it'll be a sizable experience. The Shadow of the Erdtree expansion features an all-new story set in the Land of Shadow, imbued with mystery, perilous dangers, and new enemies, weapons, and equipment. Discover uncharted territories, face formidable adversaries, and revel in the satisfying triumph of victory. Dive into the riveting interplay of characters where drama and intrigue intertwine that create an immersive experience to savor and enjoy. Obviously, you do need to own the base game, but there will be an Elden Ring Shadow of the Erdtree edition released as well. That'll be $80, so essentially, you're getting the base game for $40, which is about right, given the base game has really held up in price, but excited for this one as Elden Ring Shadow of the Erdtree drops on June 21st. Next up, let's just go through the major expansions. The Elder Scrolls Online's Gold Road will be coming. A forgotten Daedric prince has returned, bringing chaos to Westweld. Explore a new zone and defend the city, now beset by a dangerous Daedric cult and the jungles of Valenwood. Customize your skills like never before with the new scribing system as well. Elder Scrolls Online has made quite the comeback, and it still has a very consistent following. Brand new Elder Scrolls story with Gold Road. Explore a brand new zone, and brand new content will be rolling out to one of the more expansive MMOs. Priced at $39.99, there will be a plethora of editions released as well. Elder Scrolls Online Gold Road drops on June the 3rd. Next up, we got Killer Klowns from Outer Space, the game. Yeah, try to say that 3 times. Plan your own alien invasion and harvest humans as the iconic Killer Klowns, or gather a team of survivors to fight the extraterrestrial threat in a game based on the 80s cult classic movie. Welcome to a new crazy take on an asymmetrical multiplayer horror experience. We've seen a lot of these asymmetrical horror experiences, but this one looks a bit over the top. We'll see how it turns out as Killer Klowns from Outer Space, the game, drops on June the 4th. Next up, huge expansion here, and quite possibly the end or the culmination of an era, so to speak. Destiny 2's the final shape. Now, Destiny 2 players, they have to be a glutton for punishment, because it seems like you are constantly in a wave, in a roller coaster of emotions, from the very highs of stuff like the Witch Queen to the lows of the recent year of Destiny 2. It's quite the roller coaster of emotions to go on. It seems like the Destiny 2 community is quite excited for the final shape and this arc of Destiny 2. Prismatic subclass for the first time ever. Prismatic empowers you to combine Arc, Solar, Void, Stasis, and Strand into a custom subclass of your design. Light and Darkness have no quarrel with your Guardian. An in-depth delve into the reality into the Witness's twisted design. Embark on a perilous journey into the heart of the Traveler. Rally the Vanguard and end the war of light and darkness. New supers as well. Defeating the Witness will require untold power. Arc Hunters, Void Titans, and Solar Warlocks master a new super with your arsenal and confront Oblivion. And new destination, adventure through an impossible landscape that bends time and space. Follow the Witness and behold what lies within the Traveler. Destiny 2, the final shape, will be dropping on June the 4th. By the way, on PlayStation right now, Lightfall is free for PlayStation Plus subscribers, and on all platforms, they are offering access to Destiny 2 content, including Witch Queen, Forsaken, and Beyond Light. So if you want to delve back into Destiny 2, now would be a pretty good time to do so. Next up, we have Democracy 4. Democracy 4 lets you take the role of President and Prime Minister, govern the country, choosing its policies, laws, and other actions, and both transform the country as you see fit while trying to retain enough popularity to get re-elected. Very positive reception with its initial Steam release, 4,700 reviews, 83% of those reviews are positive, and it will be coming to PlayStation next month. Next up, we have the Smurfs Village Party. Papa Smurf has decided to organize an exceptional party, embark on a party game set in the Smurfs Village, featuring an adventure mode as well. Smurfs Village Party is scheduled for a release on June the 6th. Next up, here's a JRPG I'm incredibly excited for, finally coming to more platforms than the Nintendo Switch in an enhanced release. Shin Megami Tensei 5 Vengeance. Embark on the definitive version of the critically acclaimed SMT5, massively expanded with a brand new storyline featuring new locations, demons, and choices to make that will dictate the fate of all existence. You would think with this definitive release they would give you all the content right off the rip, but there is a digital deluxe edition with some other content. A couple subquests are in there as well. You don't absolutely need that stuff, but it is there if you do want to buy the deluxe edition. Embark on this definitive version of the critically acclaimed SMT5. It consists of 2 complete story paths. Experience a brand new route, the Canon of Vengeance, a dramatic tale of revenge by the fallen centered around new characters and an enigmatic cohort of demons who plot their own dark designs apart from the war of those who fight to maintain order and those who seek to defy it, or explore the original story told in SMT5, the Canon of Creation, an eternal conflict between angels and demons in which the protagonist fights for the world's fate. Expect a dark and gripping narrative here with SMT5 Vengeance. It finally hits more platforms, PS4, PS5 included, on June the 14th. Next up, a couple more big JRPGs. Monster Hunter Stories 1 and Monster Hunter Stories 2 will be coming to PlayStation 5 and 4 on June the 14th. Monster Hunter Stories has been relegated to Nintendo Switch. It's also been on PC, but now both titles will be coming to PlayStation. Obviously a different style of Monster Hunter game, more of a charming turn-based RPG, but if you're a fan of Monster Hunter, still going to be worthwhile to check out, and obviously a love letter there as well. Monster Hunter Stories 1 and 2 will be hitting PlayStation 4 and 5 on June 14th. Next up, we have Still Wakes the Deep, a psychological horror game. 1975 disaster strikes the Barradee oil rig off the coast of Scotland. Navigate the collapsing rig to save your crew from otherworldly horror on the edge of all logic and reality. Search for your crew and help them survive if you can. Run, climb, and swim through the flooding corridors and storm-lashed outer decks. Face a terrifying, unrelenting force and pray that one day you get to see your family again. The Chinese Room, with its reputation for world-class world building, audio, writing, and acting, delivers a symphony of action, trepidation, tender emotions, and awe. Live the horror and immersive disaster story aboard a stunningly realized North Sea oil rig starring an authentic cast of Scottish actors. Experience the beauty and ferocity of the sea as it rips apart one of humanity's strongest structures and its steadfast crew. Still Wakes the Deep drops on June the 18th. Next up, we have #Blood. Save your friends, fight off the vampire apocalypse, and survive the horrors of freshman field hockey practice in blood. A delightfully zany animated dungeon crawler that blurs the line between action RPGs and hyper-kinetic 90s cartoons. And yeah, totally has the vibe of a throwback cartoons. The visual style is fantastic, and I think will be right up the alley of a lot of you guys. #Blood drops on June 18th. Next up, we have Police Simulator Patrol Officers. Welcome to Britain. Join the police force of this fictitious American city and experience the day-to-day life of a police officer. Very positive reception on Steam, 12,000 reviews, 81% positive, and once again, a simulation and this one on police. Open world crime title. We'll see how it turns out as it hits PlayStation 5 next month. Next up, we have Rusted Moss. Rusted Moss is a twin-stick shooter Metroidvania where you sling around the map with your grapple, blasting your way through witches and rusted machine monstrosities alike. This wasteland, once harboring mankind, has since fallen, and Fei Long, forgotten now, knock on humanity's door. Very much a throwback art style here. Dropped on PC back in 2023. Really positive reception there. 679 reviews. 88% of those reviews were positive, and now it hits PlayStation 4 and 5 next month. Next up, Five Nights at Freddy's Help Wanted 2. Five Nights at Freddy's Help Wanted 2 is the sequel to the terrifying VR experience that brought new life to the iconic horror franchise. As a brand new employee, you'll have to prove you have what it takes to excel in all aspects of pizzeria management and maintenance. Five Nights at Freddy's Help Wanted 2 drops next month. Next up, for you anime fans, this might be something to look at. If you're a Jobless Reincarnation fan, we have Mushoku Tensei Jobless Reincarnation Quest of Memories. Immerse yourself in the world of Mushoku Tensei Jobless Reincarnation, a pretty popular anime, not really up my alley, but But a 34-year-old Jobless shut-in, he was run over by a truck and lost his life shortly after being kicked out from his home on the day of his parents' funeral. When he next awoke, he found himself reincarnated as a newborn baby in another world of sword and sorcery. Immerse yourself in the world of the TV anime Jobless Reincarnation in first-person perspective. You can re-experience the stories by exploring the various areas, partner with characters of distinctive personalities while developing the skill tree freely, and fight through strategic battles that will test your wits. Jobless Reincarnation Quest of Memories drops on June 19th. Next up, we have Wanderer, the Fragments of Fate. Step into the unknown and embark on an epic time travel adventure completely reimagined, introducing Wanderer, the Fragments of Fate, a remake of the critically acclaimed VR adventure game Wanderer. There's no telling where you'll go and who you'll become as you unravel the mysteries of time. Wanderer Fragments of Fate is going to be on PSVR 2, and it drops on June 27th. Next up, we do have the PlayStation 5 release of Blacksad Under the Skin. Blacksad Under the Skin, a dark corruption scandal in the heart of the New York City's underworld for charismatic detective John Blacksad. This is a game that dropped way back on PlayStation 4. Now it comes to PlayStation 5 on June the 27th, and if you're into narrative-driven detective titles, might be one to check out. And lastly, we have SPYxANYA Operation Memories. Anya Forger has to create a photo diary, collect memories at school and other exciting locations, play with over 50 mini-games inspired the popular manga series. Can you help Anya fill up her photo diary? A cutesy title here. SPYxANYA Operation Memories is going to be dropping on June 28th. And that is going to do it for me. Again, quite a bit of depth into the offerings in June. Maybe as far as new big game releases, not DLC, there isn't a ton, but SMT5 Vengeance, even though that is a definitive edition release, I'm super excited for that. Obviously, Elden Ring Shadow of Erdtree is going to be massive, and with Destiny 2 Final Shape, Elder Scrolls Online Gold Road, a lot of expansions coming as well. But that's going to do it for me. Sound off with all of your thoughts in the comment section down below. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.